Hey you guys, it's me Kianna coming at you today, and I am coming at you while Pootie is asleep right now, and I am doing a video on some more business tips as I've been giving you guys lately. And I've been giving you guys this because I have often in my past used my income tax, some of it, and started businesses with it. And I think this is a perfect time for us to look into these things so that our money just don't last for a couple of weeks just to splurge on some items. In fact, our money can actually feed our families for months and months during the year. This is a great way and a great opportunity to use that money, be wise with it, and actually build off of it. Often we look for things or ways to invest, but we don't realize that if we spend our money that we currently have wisely, we'll actually not need investors. We often don't need to take out loans. We often don't need to be time and time again often rejected by applying for grants and stuff like that. And you also don't have to, walk a thin line with if you qualify, in fact, for these grants. You can just be wise, again, with the money that you currently have and use that money to invest in yourself. So, I've already done a couple of videos. They're self-explanatory in the title. I've done videos. It's called It's Business, things like that. Make sure you check out those videos because those are some great tips. And also check out the comment section because we often have conversations back and forth about certain things, about certain laws, about how companies are actually using it to their advantage as far as having tax deductions by hiring certain groups and certain people and all of that kind of stuff. So you'll actually learn even further by reading the comments and also check out the videos. So one of the things I wanted to point out to you guys is we often don't network. We often want to network about things like makeup. We want to network about things about nails. We want to network about things like clothing, fashions, designs, creativity. We want to network about stuff like that. But what we fail to realize, we, meaning the mass, meaning the average person, we fail to realize that the rich get rich and stay rich because they network with their own kind, meaning they network with people that can come and bring something to the table just as much as them. We often network with Yo Blow down the street or Keisha around the corner. And that's okay. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you have to position yourself around people that are actually doing something, around people that are actually progressing in life, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, culturally, financially, it doesn't matter. Whatever it applies, whatever growth you're trying to seek in your life, you have to position yourself around those types of people as well. The reason why is because that's how you're actually going to learn. See, sometimes it doesn't take a book for us to learn. It doesn't take a Harvard grad student to teach us something. Often you can learn stuff from people that have been there and done that. And the stuff I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you stuff that I've done. This is not, no, I've read 10 million books on it. This is Kianna did it. Okay? Kianna held her head above water doing it. Okay? So, when I'm telling you this kind of stuff, you guys, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not forcing anybody. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just telling you what I've done and what I continue to do and how I'm able to continue to evolve and continue to build off of the little I may have. Okay? So, about the positioning yourself, you have to be around people that necessarily won't keep all of the information to themselves. And because I've noticed that, especially us as women, we like to, well, not me in particular, because obviously my life, you could tell I'm not like this, but a lot of women like to keep things to themselves, as if they're in fear of the other woman progressing. And I'm not saying that we should all lay it out. I'm not going to lay it all out for you. I'm not going to give you every site that I went to. I'm not going to tell you and direct you on everything. What I can do is basically place a seed inside of you, place a small thought inside of you that will or a fire underneath of your behind that will basically light movement in you. It will light something in you that you can say, hey, you know what? She is not that special. And if she could do it, I can do it. But it takes you finding this information. It takes you seeking this information. At this stage, if you're even interested in being a business owner on a whatever level, small, medium, or large business, internet, websites, flea markets, whatever it is, if you're even interested, you're actually watching this video up until this point, you have this desire inside of you. You have basically a curiosity inside of you. And I hope that my videos will basically light a fire underneath of that curiosity and place movement in your life. You have to be around people that are not, like I said, going to hide, or once they find this information out, they're not going to just try to keep it to themselves. Because I'm a firm believer, and a lot of people have said this, Kianna, don't tell your ideas until you do them or whatever. And this is the thing. I am a firm believer, and if it's for me, it's for me. No devil in hell can snatch it away from me. I truly believe that. Why do I believe it? Because I've seen it time and time again. I've seen certain things. I've even seen in my own community where people have tried to start van services and things like that because they may seen, Daddy and I's van service and transportation service, and they may saw signs, and a year later they failed. The thing is that you can often be imitated, but you very rarely can be duplicated, because we all are unique. We all come with our own blend and our own special way of doing things. And that's not a put down, that's actually a lift up for somebody else, maybe, because you can try to do what the next person does, but again, we're all going to be unique. So what I do and what she do, it may be similar in so many ways, but in so many ways it's also different. And like I said, I'm a firm believer, and if it's for me, it's for me. Nobody can take it away from me. So I don't have fear of sharing things. I don't have that fear that some women have of revealing certain things. I don't have that fear of trying to help the next woman get ahead or feed her family or provide. Okay? I don't have that fear. And I don't have that fear for that same exact reason. Also, I don't understand why women don't share these things, because you're in another state. How are you going to take pennies out of my pocket? If I tell you how to do a flea market stand and make big money doing it, if I tell you how you can actually make a few $100s a day doing a flea market stand, how is that taking money out of my pocket and you in Miami? I mean, I'm in Maryland. So I just don't understand that. And it's not so much as people always think it's because women are catty. No, it's because a lot of women don't want the other woman to have. That's what it is. It's not about cattiness. It's about being selfish. It's about being self-centered. And it's also about you wanting to have the light and not have any shine on anybody else. And like I said, your light shining has nothing to do with mine. I look at it like that, because my light, if it's in fact a light, is going to shine regardless. And that's why I share what I share. I also don't like to see people go without, if in fact I am holding information that can help them not to have to go through that. I believe that God blesses us when we share and when we network. And that's another reason why I believe my businesses I've started and also stopped and picked up again and stuff, they've never actually failed. I've never actually, since the age of 20, had a business fail. I've never had a business crash. What I have done is closed it down and maybe started it back up, or started something else and had that on hold. I've done that. But I've never had a business fail. And how many can say that, after doing it for like 14 years? And I believe I've never had that a business fail because God has continuously blessed me, because I've also been a blessing to others. And I don't do it for the blessings, because He knows my hearts and He knows my desires. But I do it because if I am holding information in, I don't want the other woman to go without. And I don't want her children to go without. And I don't want to see her not progress just simply because I want to have all the information to myself. Now, again, I won't direct you directly to stuff, because I'm not at that point. I'm not advising. I'm basically being a broker for you in a sense. My job is, and my efforts are not to do that. My efforts are to basically encourage you, to show you that you can do it. Be a sponge, and what I mean by that is soak up as much information as you can. Position yourself around successful people. And success doesn't mean making $1 million. Success doesn't mean making hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Success means that they've pursued something, they went for it, they're constantly doing it, they're constantly evolving themselves, and they are what society and what you call successful. Okay? Position yourself around those people. Position yourself around people that are not just negative, that's going to pull you down or tell you, I don't think that's going to work, and all that kind of stuff. You want honesty, but at this point and at this time, you are of age. You can read just as well as them. You know the need in your community just as well as they do. You know what may work and may not work just as well as they do. So you have to stop always putting your all into somebody's opinion, or your direction and your path into somebody's opinion. And I know that a lot of people are not that into it, but I say pray on it. Pray on it. Pray on it, fast on it, and anything else you need to do. Why? Because trust and believe me, that nudge inside of you, we call it a nudge, but in the spiritual world, we call it hearing the voice of God. That nudge inside of you will tell you what direction you need to go in. It will tell you what the need is, and if in fact you will succeed. That nudge inside of you will tell you. Now, the thing is listening. The thing is listening. Not hearing what you want to hear, but actually hearing the path that you must go on, or you should go on. And also keeping in mind that you have to keep God first. Nothing works if you do not do that. You know, you could say, well, it's people that, you know, don't believe in Christ that make it and their businesses are successful. Yeah, but you may not be that person. Reality is. Okay? Keep Him first. That means if you're going to have a business, include God. Don't be afraid to put God's name on a flyer. See, that's the thing. Christians often are not bold. They often are not bold in their faith. They want to say they're Christians. They want to walk around and advertise it. But are you Christian through your walk? Are you a believer through your walk? Can people see a light on you without you even speaking? Do they say, you know what, something different about that chick? I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, her hair's done good, her makeup's done good, her outfit fly, but it's something different about it. I can't put my hand on it. You can't put your hand on it because you ain't supposed to, because it's a supernatural glow around her. It's a supernatural strength that she has. It's something different about her. The Bible calls her a peculiar woman. Okay, so I'm telling you, do not be afraid to do these things. And also, a thing that you don't realize is that Christians or people that are believers will support other Christians and other believers. I know when I started doing, like, locally, not even about YouTube, when I started doing reserves for my cookbook, people reserving my cookbook, a lot of Christians, a lot of believers reserved more than anybody. Why? Because when they see that you're doing good, and when they see that you're doing good and you're going to give back to people that don't have, when you're going to you know, like I do, go to homeless shelters and feed them and give them clothes and do toy drives and all that kind of stuff. When they see that, people will support you. People will support you. And they will rally around you. And they will say, you know what? I want one of those. Matter of fact, give me two. And you're not doing it for that reason. But when people see that you're doing God's work in your way and in your ministry, then they will rally around you. They will support you. That's why thumbs downers don't mean anything to me at this point. It really doesn't. In fact, thumbs downers prove to me that I am on a path that many look at and desire. In fact, it shows me that many think that I have it going on even more than I may do. And that's what that shows me. So when I see it, I'm like, I know that's right. That's how I carry it now. And we laugh about it. So I'm saying all that to say, negative people bring negative energy. Don't be around them. Believe in yourself. Know that you can do this and move forward. Be blessed.